Hello, hello, hello. Namaste, my witchlings. My chair. Boom, 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 boom. Move the mic so I don't smack it. I smack it anyway. Hello, Andrea and Chloe. Hi, guys. All right. Hi. Chloe, I figured out how to get you the earrings, even if you can't get them off the shop. Have your mom email me. Hey, John. Hello, Top Hat. We're Laser Top Hat. I like that. There we go. Good enough. Hoy, it has been a day already. Holy sheepskin. Totally forgot that we had therapy this morning. Oh, bummer. That's okay. Yeah. You are a very, very, very dedicated witchling here, and we absolutely love that. So we'll figure something out. There we go. Hey, I have a Snoopy. There's a story behind the Snoopy, which is why I put him on. Now my earrings, and then I'll actually put my glasses on, so maybe I can see what the fluff I'm not doing here. How's everybody doing today? Oh, we are here, and it's been a good morning so far. Took has behaved so far today. That's always a good thing. Ooh, headaches are evil. At least mine are. Okay, Mousy is going to go up there. There we go. I'm going to say please. Oh, Chloe, please be careful with that headache. Screens can make them worse, so please don't make your headache worse. I'm going to say please be mindful of the energy you bring into my space, and please be respectful in my chat, elsewise Arnold and the mods will be fighting you with the banhammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
All right. And with that said, that helps. With that said, we are going to now take a sip of coffee, because coffee is my lifeblood. Please, help caffeinate this witch by hopping over to my Buy Me a Coffee. Go get some sleep, sweetheart. Sleep sweet, my friend. All right. It is a really, really, really nice day here. It's wet, but it's not actively raining right now. It's kind of windy. We had a hell of a windstorm last night, but otherwise, things are going okay here. So we're going to hope that they continue to do well. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Glad I noticed it. Oh, I am really, really, really liking the way it feels when I wear this to do my readings. So we're going to continue doing it. As long as I don't turn it into a blindfold. That would be amusing. Just take your glasses off, Di. You can't see shit that way. There. All right. Let's get started, shall we, my loves? I am so happy for John. All right, here we go. This episode explores a turning point marked by emotional distance, old wounds, and shifting visions of the future. Insecurity, grief, and fear of closeness surface, but so does the promise of joy and fulfillment ahead. What feels unstable now may be guiding you toward a different, more aligned form of happiness. Trust the process, honor the healing, and join us here for the full reading. Namaste, Witchlings. Welcome, 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 one and all, to Daily Divinations and Self-Care. This is where magic meets mindfulness, where we weave together the sacred spiral flow, honoring the day, listening the cards, and caring for ourselves along the way. So, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hey, hi, hello, and welcome. Each day we flow with the sacred spiral. I am Di, your favorite yoga witch and guide. So let's step into today's spiral together. What that means is we now want to go grab our favorite crystal. I am going for my garnet as always. Light your candle or incense, cozy up with your cup of coffee, tea, or whatever brew fills your mug, and let's step into today's spiral of wisdom and self-care together. Don't forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing, because that keeps our Witchling circle growing and our daily spiral turning. And we have some exciting news. You can now join us here as a Witchling member. When you join, you can unlock all sorts of awesome goodies, such as access to our private Discord server, custom emojis of the critters and yours truly, priority responses to your comments, early access to new videos, members only content, and exclusive chats and live streams just for our inner circle. Your membership helps me keep creating all of this wonderful magic around us here, and it lets us stay connected in deeper, more meaningful ways. So if you feel called to support the channel and step a little closer into the coven, and you can afford it, tap that join button and come on in. Step into Di the Yoga Witch shop, where magic meets movement and everyday rituals get an upgrade. Go on over to dietheyogawitch.shop and browse my handmade intention-infused jewelry, and then snuggle up with Di the Yoga Witch mugs, yoga mats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, pet sweaters, and more. Treat yourself, bless a friend, and bring a little witchy sparkle into your daily life. The earrings I am wearing currently are a pair that you can buy from that particular shop. Check out how cute the little tarot cards are. I have been having so much fun making jewelry for you guys, so please go check out the shop. I'm dancing to the music in my head. Oh my gosh! I think Charlie Brown Christmas is this week. Yay! Ooh. That's a good card. No. Queen of Hearts is the song you're thinking. Oh, hi, Hazel. Oh, it's a Hazel. Hello, Hazel. All right. We have a birthday today. We do have a birthday today. We have a birthday today. And the frame isn't on. We have a birthday today. One of my favorite people that we met through the game shop my kids played Friday Night Magic at is celebrating his birthday today. Connor, I hope you have an amazing day. Happy birthday, kid. We are also lighting our candle for... Oops. Happy birthday, Connor. As always, I get in a rush. I know. We're also lighting our candle for all of our witchlings and their loved ones who are dealing with tough situations, including just this holiday season. So, as I light my flame, may our light be a beacon of hope in the darkness for those stumbling and lost along the way. We are also holding this light for survivors of and victims of gun and domestic violence worldwide, remembering them here in our circle. And with the lighting of our candle, our circle is now closed, and we invite the ancestors to join us here today. How about 10 apples? All right, here we go. And now that the candle is lit, happy birthday, Connor. Have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. I did. I'm in a rush today, apparently. Connor's an amazing guy. Really amazing guy. And the reason I commented that my frame is off is I have a picture of him and Spawn at our little brother's wedding in July. I have a couple of pictures of them. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, girl. Zenny. Oh, and hello. Oh my God, girl. How are you doing today? Don't mind me. I'm sitting here just kind of bopping to the music in my head. I do this normally. Some days are more musical than others. They have taken our names away, and they're just showing me your ats. So, would you like to be called something other than oh my God, girl? And I am doing pretty good. We are surviving the floods up here. Give a quick update. It is not raining actively right now. I believe the rivers are going down just a smidge. Snoqualmie Falls is not quite so glorious right at the moment, but it's still cold. We had a wonderful windstorm that caused a branch to bounce off of the roof. Scared the hell out of me and Sarge last night, but you know what? Everybody's safe. Everybody's sound. We are warm. We are dry. Oh. So that is how we are doing. Okay, I'm probably just going to refer to you as girl if that's okay. I shorten things. Autistic ADHD brain, and my brain is on fire right now. I swear to God, the squirrels are like on coke or something. Cocaine bear? John, I am right there with you. Readings that help people grow and share good news is always fun. All right, you guys, it is time to take a peek at the holidays weaving their way through the spiral of today. So tell me, how are you planning to weave today's holidays into your magic? Tell me in the comments. I really love seeing how you guys suggest honoring the holidays. We have two really goofy ones today and one that's not as goofy. So, our first holiday, answer the phone like Buddy the Elf Day. Today, we channel pure enthusiastic chaos by answering the phone like Buddy the Elf. Big energy, big joy, and zero embarrassment. Spread cheer, surprise someone with laughter, and let your inner sparkle take the lead. Smiling is basically mandatory. Next is another really hilarious one. This one, I hope it's clean. National Wear a Plunger on Your Head Day. Today is delightfully ridiculous, and that's the point. Wear a plunger on your head, or at least laugh at the idea, as a reminder that joy, silliness, and not taking ourselves too seriously are powerful forms of medicine. Go ahead, be weird, on purpose. And then last but not least, we have one that's actually pretty serious. It is International Migrants Day. Today, we stand unapologetically with migrants and refugees, and We call out systems that profit from fear and cruelty. ICE represents a machinery of detention, separation, and dehumanization that has no place in a world claiming to value human rights. Migrants are not criminals. They are families, workers, elders, and children seeking safety, dignity, and opportunity. We honor their resilience and we demand compassion, accountability, and an end to violence disguised as policy. Those are our holidays today, my loves. My glasses feel funny. All right. I'm going to drink some more coffee. Oh, okay. Well, John, you were actually one of the reasons I chose that one. Ooh, Verno, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Mike! Oh, I am so sorry, honey. I completely didn't think about the fact that I just yelled into the mic. At Mike. Love it. My brain is having fun today. So just so y'all know, normally I'm normally 3/4 of the way or more through my first cup of coffee by the time I get to this. I have not even drunk half of my first cup of coffee yet. Oh, John, that is such a wonderful sign from the universe. I love it. Oh, I am holding out hope that things go in your favor for this one. Oh, I have not eaten breakfast yet, but I have taken my meds, so we're good there. Wait. Oh, would the Lovers be a good card for friendship? Yes, it can be. It can be. Because all the Lovers card is really indicating is that there is a really strong, close relationship. Sometimes it's lovers, a romantic. Sometimes it's just a platonic soulmate kind of thing. So, and that gives me a perfect segue into doing what we're here for. Let's go ahead and move on to reading the oracles. Now we get to read the oracles. All right. So, go ahead and take a listen to what the cards are screaming at us today and let me know what you guys think. We are starting our cards with boop, 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 boop. We outgrew each other. Followed by someone is unhappy. Understandable. Last but not least, we are asked to trust the universe. And what do these cards say all together? We outgrew each other speaks to a natural ending, and with that realization, someone is unhappy, which is only human, right? This moment calls you to trust the universe, even when the path feels uncertain. Have faith that this shift is guiding everyone involved towards growth, healing, and a better outcome, whether together or apart. That's our oracles. Deep fears around closeness and commitment come into focus as past wounds resurface. What looks unstable now may still hold the promise of future joy, just not necessarily in the way you first imagined. Stick around for the full reading and find out what I'm talking about. We start with horizontal feed for a minute. Okay, so reminder, windstorms are being a bitch right now. My internet is kind of funky, so we're going to start this card over. We have 8 of Cups reversed, Unable to make a firm commitment due to insecurities, fear of becoming too close, must learn to trust again and strive to achieve goals and recognition. Next, we have the Empress reversed. Infertility, miscarriage. It could potentially be an indication that you are being overindulgent and spending too much money, therefore becoming wasteful. On the other hand, if you are a man, you might have an overpossessive wife or mother who is very possibly stifling your progress if you do not get the situation in hand quickly. And last but not least, we have the Four of Rods. Joy, happiness, different points of view. And we put these all together. The Eight of Cups reversed. Try again. The Eight of Cups reversed reveals that insecurity and fear of deep emotional closeness are making it hard for you to commit fully. Trust feels fragile right now and needs gentle rebuilding. The Empress reversed offers some context here, pointing to wounds around fertility loss or a possible miscarriage that may still echo emotionally. Take heart. The Four of Rods reversed promises future joy and fulfillment. Differing perspectives may arise, with one leaning towards a biological child, while the other feels that adoption is the more aligned path forward. What do y'all think? And now we combine them all together. So let us weave together the Oracle and Tarot into one single sacred spiral thread, my witchlings. A single thread of guidance winding its way through every card. Whew. At the heart of this situation. Oh, drop me a comment to share what resonates with you guys, please. At the heart of this situation. Damn it, I did it again, didn't I? I'm going to start over from scratch on this. All right, y'all. Let's weave together the Oracle and Tarot into one single sacred spiral, my witchlings, a thread of guidance winding its way through every single card. Please drop me a comment and let me know what resonates with you. At the heart of this situation is the realization that we outgrew each other, and with that truth comes the acknowledgement that someone is unhappy. The Eight of Cups reversed shows how fear of vulnerability and insecurity around closeness have made commitment difficult, keeping emotional trust just out of reach. The Empress reversed sheds light on deeper wounds tied to fertility, loss, or a miscarriage, shaping these fears and sensitivities. Yet, hope remains. The Four of Rods reversed assures us that joy and fulfillment are still ahead, even if the path looks kind of unconventional. Differing views may arrive around family and stability, but you are guided now to trust the universe, knowing that healing and happiness will unfold in the way meant for you both. That's our reading. All right, my loves, now let's check out what our affirmation for today is. I trust myself. I trust myself to face old wounds with compassion, release fear around closeness, and remain open to joy unfolding in its own time. I allow healing, love, and stability to find me in ways that are meant for my highest good. Our affirmation. Working on that one. I'm being reminded that I'm supposed to take a breath before I launch my way into the affirmation. Pizza? Pizza? Somebody says pizza? Oh, Sage came and went. Somebody has pizza. Oh, pizza the burger. Okay. Yes. Yes. That's kind of, yes, I am somewhat familiar with her. That does sound cool, though, too. La, da, 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 da. Whoops. Sage was saying something. Scrolling back up a little bit. There we go. I just wanted to say hi and that I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Go get some sleep, Sage. Uh-huh. I had a feeling, John. It's kind of interesting. Hazel is adorable. Hey, Mimi. All right. Yeah, Andrea, I feel you on the heart pain this time of the year because it's... Christmas was always one of my family's big get-togethers. I haven't thought about this in a while. After we moved to the Portland Metro, my grandparents lived in a retirement community in Milwaukee, so it was just a hop, skip, and a jump, right? And the retirement complex had their big family Christmas event on Christmas Eve, and the residents would invite family members to come have a prime rib dinner with them. First time I ever ate prime rib was sitting with my grandparents. And it was just, it became our yearly thing. We were there every year, and I miss that. Oh my God, it was so much fun getting to hang out with my grandparents. A lot of kids don't say that these days. Well, a lot of kids didn't say that even in the 80s and 90s. What am I thinking? But yeah, I miss hanging out with my grandparents. Are we all looking forward to the weekend? Yeah, how was your flight, Mimi? I'm pretty sure you slept most of the day yesterday. I am. I know. I am so frazzled with myself. There is a small chance now that we are still doing the fair this weekend. I just don't know, but we will know by tonight because we have to make the decision today. There's a part of me that wants to say I'm pretty sure we're going to postpone, but I'm not positive, and I think that's part of why I am flightier than usual. I can imagine, hon. Oh, sorry, y'all. I just smacked my glasses. Sorry. Ugh. Why do I... my brain just... I was going to say, why do I do something? And I have no idea what it was, so... Good. Flying is... I enjoy flying. I just don't particularly enjoy being around that many people. Do I celebrate winter solstice? Yes. And that is one of the reasons that I'm kind of hoping that our fair this weekend gets postponed, because Saturday is the solstice. And hello, Kelsey. Happy to have you here. If the fair gets canceled this weekend, it will make it much, much easier for my stream for the solstice. They're rocking out up here, I tell you what. So if I just kind of sit here and start dancing at you, it's the music in my head. Let's move on to our self-care and do some namaste. Namaste says, go on a cinematic adventure. I love this one. We all have drama in our lives. What would it be like if we projected our dramatic situations on the silver screen? Imagine doing just that. Project your situation in your mind as a movie. Watch the movie for 8 minutes. Movies help people see all perspectives. This exercise is intended to do just that. Watch and learn what you were missing when you were watching your movie rather than playing a role in it. Namaste. I like that one. Self-compassion card. This one's super easy. Me first. Put down this card and do something kind for yourself. Done. What do y'all think of our self-care today? All right. Oh, that's right. He's not there. He's not there. He's not there. I was looking for he who likes to come in and yell at me when we get to this point. Yes, they are very much having a rave today. I'm sorry, Mimi. We'll talk after draw, okay? I have some time today. I hear you, John. As we said yesterday, make sure you put your own oxygen mask on first. You cannot help others if you are completely depleted. The squirrels are just having fun up there. I am convinced it's squirrels because the spawn has his squirrel. So now, yeah, we're just having fun today. All right, y'all. Do we want to go and find out about our goddess of the day? She's pretty cool. Great, now they're singing doo-wop. Okay, my witchlings. The time has come to honor our goddess of the day, a divine presence to inspire, guide, and walk with us through today's spiral. Aikapati is a Filipino goddess whose name means giver of food, and she stands at the heart of today's Mesa de Gallo celebrations. A guardian of harvests and abundance, she blesses fields and crops, protects farm animals from illness, and embodies providence, luck, and sustaining energy. Honoring Aikapati is at its core an act of gratitude, Honoring Aikapati is at its core an act of gratitude, recognizing the divine forces that nourish us, protect us, and ensure that what we need arrives in its proper season. As the sun rises, traditional celebrations call in Aikapati's protection with music and noisemakers to banish obstacles that could affect the coming year's harvest. Even in modern Christian-influenced forms, this remains a joyful Thanksgiving festival centered on food and fortune. You can join by sharing rice cakes and ginger tea for health and vitality, setting aside a small plate and cup for the goddess at your table. Later, return this offering to the earth or your compost heap, whispering a wish for improved luck. Aikapati receives the gift, transforming it into renewed energy for both the land and your life. I like her. What do we think of today's goddess? Is it just me, or do I say I like her after every damn goddess we cover? Pretty much. Yep. Okay. Uh-huh. That works. All right. That's adorable. All right. All right, because some of us haven't been here all week, I get to explain one more time, and I'll probably do it tomorrow as well. Because of the fact we have gone back to introducing our Sanskrit word on Sundays during the daily draw, I have to leave it in the script. If I take it out of the script, the rest of the week I'm going to forget to put it back in. So we're now doing a Sanskrit bit every day of the week. Same word all week. We're still covering our Sanskrit word of the week, but we're now talking about it every day, which actually I really like. Now, moving on. Tejas. Tejas is our word for the week, and it is the inner fire that turns intention into clear action. Today, use Tejas by choosing one purposeful step, speaking truth with kindness, and protecting your energy from burnout. Nourish the flame with breath, warmth, and rest. When your fire is steady, not forced, it illuminates your path and sustains your courage. That's our Sanskrit for today. Our Sanskrit bit. Yes, that's our Sanskrit bit. You know, I like it. I love all of the goddesses, and yes, I pretty much say it every day. But it's so much fun to learn about the different goddesses. I like that god. I like her, yes. It's kind of cool to learn about the goddesses, and in learning about the goddesses, we're learning about some of the other cultures, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every goddess has a holiday she's aligned with in the book. And I just, it's been so much fun. Oh, honey. I am one of those that I will get homesick as soon as I get in the car to leave home. So I feel that one. My sanity is questionable, though. You miss the comfort of your space, your cave, your space, your bed, your stuff, your energy. That's what gets me when I'm somewhere else, especially, and this is no slight against my in-laws, but especially their place, because the energy in their house is so different from mine that I feel like I'm on pins and needles the whole time I'm there. It is very hard to relax. But yet I go to my adopted daughter's house, and it's like walking into home. Excuse me, but that's because our energies are very similar. So it's really, really easy to be homesick. Very much part of being human. We like our space. Uh-oh. We need to hurry up and get through the rest of the show. Yeah. Oh no. This is kind of amusing. Is almost gone. Nope, if I'm careful. All right, let's go ahead and do a moment of Zen and closing blessing real quick. Our moment of Zen from the Little Book of Zen. We have a Western mondo and a short Zen story. After we came out of the church, we stood talking for some time together of Bishop Berkeley's ingenious sophistry to prove the non-existence of matter, and that everything in the universe is merely ideal. I observed that though we are satisfied his doctrine is not true, it is impossible to refute it. I shall never forget the alacrity with which Samuel Johnson answered, striking his foot with mighty force against a large stone. I refute it thus. Western Mondo. And now our cute little Zen story. Fa Yen, a Chinese Zen teacher, overheard 4 monks arguing about subjectivity and objectivity. He joined them and said, "There is a big stone. Do you consider it to be inside or outside your mind?" One of the monks replied, "From the Buddhist viewpoint, everything is an objectification of mind, so I would say that the stone is inside my mind." "Your head must feel very heavy," observed Fa Yen, "if you are carrying around a stone like that in your mind." That's our moment of Zen. He's not wrong. Now, our closing blessing for today. Here is today's closing blessing, my witchlings. May you be held gently as you release what no longer fits your spirit. May trust return where fear once lived, and hope take root where grief has lingered. May your path forward, however it unfolds, be filled with healing, warmth, and quiet joy. Go in peace, knowing you are guided, supported, and never walking alone. And now we are going to open our circle very carefully. All right, my witchlings, it is time to wrap up. So, with the extinguishing of our candle, our circle is now open, and we extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors for joining us today. Quick little reminder here before we go. This channel is entirely supported by the Witchling community. There are no corporate... Before we go, a quick little reminder. This channel is supported entirely by our Witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors here, just magic and love. So please do us the favor of doing the whole like, share, and subscribe thing, and join the channel if you're able. Now, my darlings, my dears, my loves, let's go out there and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. There's already enough darkness and hate. Please, let's try to be beacons of hope and light for those lost in the dark. Also, tell your loved ones whether they walk on two legs, fly with wings, curl up with fur, glide with scales, or tiptoe on tiny paws and claws, that they are absolutely precious to you. Moments slip away far faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come far too soon. And please, if you take one thing and one thing only away from everything we have done here, let it be that you always, always remember you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and your purpose here is real, even if you have not discovered it yet. I was 45 before I found mine. So, with all of that said, I love all of you, my witchlings. Namaste, witchlings. Sorry about that, y'all. Witchy Mama was hungry. Whew. I should probably look at that. My lipstick stayed in place too. I'm impressed. Normally, if I nibble on something, I end up with lipstick. I look like I ate ice cream. Or sucked on a popsicle, yep. So I said when I first put it on that there was a reason. Spawn was going through his stuff last night because he's packing up to move at the end of the month. And one of, how do I describe him? The father of a couple of his friends, who is also well known here in town. They were, ironically, the food booth right next to the booth my Spawn was working at. And Dad was doing trinket trading. So Spawn went and was looking through his trinkets and spotted this guy, who, even though you can't really see it, I'm sure you could tell it's Snoopy. I wasn't thinking about it. Okay, so you can see it's Snoopy. I absolutely love Snoopy. Especially, Cece really loves Snoopy. And so he told his friend's dad that Mom really likes Snoopy. And his friend's dad is like, then take another one for her. Don't fix the camera yet because I want to show this. So the other item he grabbed was this little thing. And I haven't worn a pin like this in ages. Okay. There we go. Now you guys can see Snoopy. It's Snoopy with some red, white, and blue stars. There, now you can see him. And so he presented them to me last night. And he's like, one of these is from me and the other one is from friend's dad. And I'm like, oh, you guys are so sweet. He is moving to the east side of the state. For multiple reasons, but one of the biggest ones is his best friend's grandmother, who has basically been his grandmother, because, yeah, is not well. She is starting to show signs of early onset dementia, and Spawn has decided that he needs to be there for both Nana and his friend. And he needs to get out of the valley here for multiple reasons and just have a fresh start. And so he and his lovely girlfriend are going to move over to the east side the beginning of the year. He told me last night, basically, they're going to be moving in on New Year's. And then they'll bop over here for my birthday. And then they're going to go back home. And I am totally and completely okay with this. Hey, Pasha. I stumbled across a boxed set with all of the favorite holiday Charlie Bird peanut specials. It has, it's the Great Pumpkin, of course. I cannot remember what the second one on the Great Pumpkin is, but there's a second Halloween themed one. And then it has a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and the special where the Peanuts crew are part of our pilgrims, which is also fun to watch. And then it has a Charlie Brown Christmas. And I cannot right now remember what the other one on the Charlie Brown Christmas DVD is. But the man behind the curtain is well aware, and has been the entire time we've been together, well aware of how much I absolutely love Snoopy. And so when we found that, it was an instant, yep, that's going home with us. Watched it, I think, for about 6 years. We managed to keep track of it. And then we redid the flooring in the main part of the house. Ripped up the carpet and put down laminate. And because we were doing that, we had to, move the entertainment center, and everything that was on it got packed into boxes. Some of those boxes are still packed. And it's been a while. So, it's been about 4 years. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure that the Snoopy DVDs are in those boxes. And they're not streaming. And the Snoopy and the Peanut specials aren't on any of the streaming services, which is sad. But you know what? That's okay. Life goes on. You're not fond of his first name, Hazel? Yeah, I saw. Oh, John, that is going to be awesome for you. I cannot wait to see you grow like this. Hazel, I have always thought it was adorable that Peppermint Patty calls him Chuck. Oh my God, that's hilarious. My sister is Peppermint Patty. Thank you, Hazel. So, my sister, when she first met her husband, there were like 3 guys at the table who were some version of Charles. And 2 of them were going by Charlie. And she looked at the one who became her husband and said, I'm going to call you Chuck. So that's what I have called him. They split up for a while and have since remarried. And he finally was able to tell her, look, I really don't like being called Chuck. I really prefer Charlie. And so I am working to start calling him Charlie more often. Really hard to remember to call someone by a different name when you don't see them very often. Which is why I don't object to her still using my dead name. But anyway, yeah. I'm proposing to take your tarot skills to the next level as my Christmas present to you. That is sweet of them. But be warned, it's not going to be a walk in the park. The last courses were your A levels, and now I'm planning to give you the equivalent of a degree level education. Yes, you can do this, John. I am very much looking forward to seeing how your skills grow. Credit card. So, yes. Are we into crypto? No, we don't do crypto. Nope. We don't do crypto here. Not until it's been around for much, much longer and is far more stable. Yes. See, I don't know if Patty necessarily preferred being called Serb or if that was just a Marcy thing, but you are not alone in thinking that Peppermint Patty is a trans man. I have heard that so many times. Credit cards are dangerous. Let's get dangerous. Die. What? Sorry. Credit cards are dangerous. I will agree with that. Yeah. There is a part of me, mind you, there is a part of me that genuinely wishes that we could go back to just bartering. Because the whole currency thing was the beginning of the downfall of civilization, and we're now in the midst of that crumbling civilization. And I personally feel that trading services for services is a much better way to live than someone accumulating wealth. Because once we start using currency, then people start hoarding it, if that makes sense. Because that's how we ended up with people like, Elon Musk. He just hoards money. But if we actually were to trade service for service, then nobody would be able to hoard all of the resources for themselves or it would be harder to. And I think that would be so much better. I know there are communities where people do this. Hell, I've done it with some of my friends. I've told you guys about Hestia's Muse, the astrologer I know. She wants to learn more about yoga. I want to learn more about astrology. So we are trading services. That is how we are paying each other for what we're doing. And it would genuinely open things up for more people, because things would no longer be priced out of reach for the everyday person. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Well, I am, but that's besides the point. But, exactly. You mow my lawn, I'll fix your gutters. But it makes sense to me that way. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. We do things for each other, and it also helps build community. No, that's the thing. Everything would become equal value, basically. Because that's the mindset that got us into the problem we're having. Is it's worth more than that. But you trade a like service for a like service. I need my car fixed. Okay. If I want you to, I know someone who knows how to work on cars, but they need some help doing light work or light fixing in their home, like installing shelves or building a cabinet or some shit. Do that? No, I am dead serious. This is what I wish we could do for each other, because it promotes better community. Nobody gets ostracized because, they don't have the money to do anything. Hazel, we're talking about doing away with currency and going back to a system of bartering. Because it's similar to what I want to do with this dream compound that I've had for 35 years. Everybody takes care of everybody. And yes, I am well aware that pretty much what I am describing is the overarching concept of communism. If you are good with raising children, then then you get to help raise the children. You can work out in the outside world and bring in income for us to be able to pay the bills for the things that we can't generate here. So you get to go work in the outside. You are good with plants and animals, and therefore you get to do all the gardening and the animal husbandry. And then, you like to clean and cook? Awesome. You get to help do all of the housekeeping and the cooking. And everybody works to their expertise and their skills, and everyone benefits from all of it. As opposed to, we have a mom and a dad over here who are young mom and dad and are not really great with young children yet, but we have a mom over here who's been taking care of kids since she was 15 and she's now 50. She can help the young parents learn how to parent. And these young parents who need that help, well, they're going to turn around and help the elders with things that they can't do, such as climbing up on ladders and cleaning gutters or mowing the yard or doing the physical labor that elder can no longer do. But it wouldn't create global chaos. They are in poverty because all of their resources have been taken from them by the colonizers. Exactly. This is why universal basic income and universal health care and all of that makes sense. This is how people were supposed to be before we ended up with the egalitarian upper classes, when everybody was on the same playing field. Everybody had the same amount as everybody else, and everything was distributed evenly as far as people, in regards to what people needed. So you have a family over here that has 4 kids, and a family over here that's just husband, wife, and a couple of cats. So this family over here has a garden that produces tons of food. This family over here is struggling to make ends meet. So the family over here that's got tons of food and is being able to grow all of that, they can share with the ones that don't. And the ones that don't have it probably have a skill that this family could use. So it just works if people will just be respectful. It's just my thoughts. And this is why I do not run for political office. Ooh, breakfast tea. They are missing most of their resources, particularly Africa, because Great Britain went in and colonized them. Well, most of the European countries, but colonized them and took all of those resources back to England. Fucking England colonized half the world looking for spices and don't use them. But that's another rant altogether. Those are the people that, pepper is too much spice. But God forbid you don't salt it. Yes. Washington did not want the political parties. The founding fathers were also the ones who said to keep church and state separate. And what are we doing today? Anyway, we're not getting political. Trying to stay away from politics right at the second. But this is just... The one thing that I do want to go back to the 80s for is up until about 1990. That's when people started really withdrawing from their neighborhood community and just focusing on the nuclear family. Yeah, that is about when we started focusing on the nuclear family. No, it started happening before phones. That would be awesome, John. But around the time that we decided the nuclear family was the most important thing, to hell with everybody else, that is when neighborhoods started becoming more isolated from each other. That is when people stopped knowing who their neighbors are. How many of us know your next door neighbors' names? I know one in the house on that side. We have a single guy on that side. I don't know his name off the top of my head. I think I've been told, but I don't know it. But I am the house we lived in before we moved here. Good, Amy. Thank you. Give cousin hugs for me gently, of course. But the house we lived in before we moved over here, we knew the neighbors as you're facing the house. We knew the neighbors on the right. Kind of knew the neighbor on the left. Can't remember his name, but he was really awesome. And we kind of knew the neighbor across the street. But that was a really unique neighborhood. Most people, especially in the suburbs today, do not know their neighbors. How many of us go outside on a nice day and see kids riding their bikes down the sidewalk, or playing a game of kickball in the middle of the street, or even just playing in their front yards? I find myself doing it. I will be driving through downtown during the early days of the school year, when it's still warm enough to be outside, and I'll see kids walking down the street, and I'll be like, shouldn't you be in school? Where are your parents? And then I'm like, wait a minute, where am I? Duh. Okay. And I continue on. Yeah. I have lost count of the number of articles and blog posts and stuff that I have seen online about here in the States about CPS being called, Child Protective Services, being called on a family because kids 10 and under were allowed to walk 2 blocks to the city park. Or the school would call the parents about the fact that their first and second grade kids were walking to school alone, or even just in pairs or trios. Whereas I was 6 years old, my mother would walk me to school on the first day of school, and that was it. After the first day of school, I was on my own. And yeah, I would walk to school. I would stop at my best friend's house and wait for her to come out, and we'd walk to school together. Depending on which direction I went, depending on which best friend I picked up. I digress. But that doesn't happen anymore. And I hate that, because that, not knowing the people in our communities is a big part of why ICE is being able to do what it's doing right now. It's also a big part of why kids are as horrible as they are. I am watching, my kids are in their 20s now. I have grandkids who are anywhere from newborn up to 6. And I'm seeing the younger ones are giving me hope, because the younger families, my kids' generation and a little bit older, are going back to introducing themselves to their neighbors, getting to know their neighbors, having things like block parties and street fairs, and just shutting down the street for a few hours one weekend in the summer, or just having 3 or 4 families get together for a barbecue at one's house. You know, it's shit like that. We need that stuff again. Yep. Was I abused? Oh, honey. Yes. That's all I'm going to say to that. Yes. CPS is evil. CPS takes kids that shouldn't be taken and leaves the kids that should. But yep. Lamp Lady, yes. We are the generation. I was getting ready to say exactly what Kelsey just said. We are the generation that our parents had to be reminded we existed by celebrity PSAs. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? My dad would usually say, yeah, asleep. At least for me. My brother's not so much, but I was the one they had to worry about. But it's so frustrating. Because back in the 80s, yes, they had to be reminded that we existed, but we kids also knew that no matter what we were getting up to, there was always an adult keeping an eye on us. Whether it was the grandma 2 doors down, or the school teacher that lived 2 blocks that way, because, you know, we roamed the entire town, somebody was usually paying attention to us. And if somebody got hurt, and I mean really hurt, somebody would make sure the kid was taken care of. And I miss that. I really do. Because that's community. That is how we are supposed to live. We are not supposed to live in these high-rise apartment buildings where everybody stays locked in their own little cubicle 24/7. We are pack and herd animals. We need our people. We need our clans. And part of the reason things were really, really good for so long is we lived more spread out. and multiple generations in a home. And then when we moved away from that and moved to neighborhoods, people still socialized and got to know each other, and we had community. And then somewhere, and I'm willing to bet it was fucking Reagan, because we're blaming everything on Reagan. Reagan said that we need to focus more on the nuclear family. Mom, dad, and the 2.5 kids that live in that house with the white picket fence. With a dog and a cat. Yeah. Fuck the wisdom of our elders. Our elders, oh hell, lock them away in the nursing homes and forget about them. Your kid is born with a defect, like a birth defect, or they have mental issues, they're developmentally delayed. Oh, them you're going to take and you're going to lock them up in an asylum and a special home for them, so that the only thing people ever see is the mom and dad with smiling faces and the kids who are seen but not heard. Oh, that sounds so cool, John. Yes. Let's see. Yep. Yep, Reagan got rid of the asylums. Oh boy. My sister-in-law died of fucking COVID. My husband has long COVID. I'm still dealing with shit from COVID. No. I lost a lot of fucking spoonies to that shit. The youngest one was like 5. The oldest one was 40-something. No, it was not babies and grandparents that were killed off by COVID. It was my people. There is a bedroom at my in-laws' house that the door has not been opened for 4 fucking years because she died in that room. She was younger than me. And she was perfectly healthy other than being asthmatic. And even that was well controlled, just like mine. You tell me that was natural and that she should have been killed off. It didn't fucking disappear. I've had COVID in the last year. The fuck are you talking about? It disappeared. Will Wheaton has had COVID in the last 12 months because he let his fans talk him into going maskless at a convention. I have 3 spoony friends who've had COVID in the last 6 months. Honey, you really, really need to check your facts. Debating it, Aim. COVID will too. Hell, we actually have the fucking Black Plague back. I wouldn't be November time frame. Yes. We actually contracted COVID the first time in this house before patient X was identified. Wasn't it Redmond? Or patient 1 Kirkland? Yeah, it was Kirkland. So, yep, we had it January 16th. Patient 0 was diagnosed and found about 2 weeks later. Yes, my husband went from being bigger than I am right now to smaller than me. To the point, I am wearing his old clothes now because they don't fit him. Yep. Yep. As I said, I'm still dealing with long COVID effects, which is kind of amusing. I used to have an internal monologue prior to the most recent bout of COVID, and now more often than not, if I'm thinking it, I'm saying it. I went for like 3 weeks where I did not stop making noise. So yeah, it's still around. So yeah. Thank you, Andrea. So yeah. Oh, I knew our aunt has long COVID. How about uncle? No, I didn't have the loss of taste. The man behind the curtain did. That's actually how we figured out he had it the first time. We had his friend living with us who is an amazing chef. I mean, this man is just, I wish I had his skills. And he had made this kick-ass spaghetti that night. And the kids and I are just, you're good, Dua. The kids and I, or the Spawn and I, because we were the only ones home, are just going on and on and on about how good it smells. When the man behind the curtain came home and he went, I can't smell anything. And then he went to eat it and he's like, there's no taste. And because meanwhile, the rest of us are like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. And he's like, I can't taste anything. Then he spiked a fever. About 12 hours worth of fever. And let's see. How long did it take before your sense of taste came back? Yeah. Okay, so he came home sick. He came home sick Thursday night, and by Monday morning, he was back to normal-ish. Normal for him, let's put it that way. But he does have one thing that I still laugh about, and I feel so bad. But if he smells something and he cannot identify it like really quickly, he starts chasing the dogs to find out either who busted ass or who shit in the house. Because when his brain cannot register what something smells like, it defaults to dog shit. Which was all fine and good until I wore a new perfume. I haven't worn that perfume again since. Yep. Oh, yeah, we are so not normal. Amy's right. Normal is a setting on the washing machine. Normal is very overrated. I like the trying to remember where I saw it. It was a meme. And I think it shows Garfield. And it said, I tried being normal once. Worst 5 minutes of my life. But yeah. Life is entertaining here. But I just, yeah. I really do wish that we could go back to taking care of each other. Nuclear warfare has not been as much of an option since Desert Storm in the early 90s. Thank you, Amy. Oh, you missed their last their first day in here. Oh, God. Yeah. Those really reminded me of the chickenpox parties of the 80s. You're good. Later, I'll tell you about when they were first in here. They almost got banned their first day. Oh, it does smell pepperminty. But I don't... The only thing I can think of going back to that would make anything even anywhere near great again is going back to when we actually cared about our communities. I'm leaning towards it, Andrea. Leaning towards that. And Andrea's saying that she personally thinks Pasha was coming in here to stir up trouble. Ooh, that sounds fun. But I really do though. I want to go back to when people actually cared about other people. And that is something that has definitely gotten worse in the last decade. Because of the intentional division being caused by political. That's how we are where we are, and why people are so okay with what is going on with ICE. You know? My brain is saying that there is a connection I'm missing here. That yes, this is all very deliberate. But I'm not sure what is behind it. That's true too. We can probably trace a lot of it to the rise of evangelicalism in politics. But when did that line between church and state that is so distinctly and deliberately drawn in our Constitution, when did that line get so blurred? Is that another Reagan thing? Because I know that back when JFK was elected, a lot of people didn't want to vote for him because of the fact he was Roman Catholic, and they didn't want the United States being run by the Pope, which, understandable. But he was elected. He did a good job up until, the end. And so that kind of softened people towards that. But when did all of the line between church and state get so blurred? When did it start becoming okay for kids to be handed a Bible in school? Yes. I agree with you, John. And yeah, Mimi, you're not wrong. We all had that urge, but we decided to let them, hang themselves with enough rope. Back to the kids getting Bibles in school. I remember getting a little Gideon Bible at school multiple years. My brothers did not get them in elementary school. Now, whether that's a difference between the state they lived in as opposed to when I was a kid or what, but my brothers were also in elementary school in the 70s. And I was in elementary school in the 80s. I'm a Capricorn. But, and even as a little kid, hey, Vicky Lol. Okay, Vicky. Thank you, Amy. Amy and knowing that shit. God, I love my cousin. So yeah, it was the early 80s, warning us about the religious right and how the religious right was going to cause problems. And here we are in the year of our Lord, 2025, and we are seeing Project 2025 rolling out. And they, because this has been their plan from the beginning. By the way, I am a Capricorn, if that didn't come out in my bitching. Oh, that sounds awesome, John. Every time somebody around me says a Leo, I flash back to being a teenager and the New Kids on the Block and Donnie saying he's a lovable Leo. Don't ask me why that has stuck in my head for, 30 years, but it has. I'm glad I know about Amy because that one would have confused me for a minute. But because I have a child who is also slightly crabby. Yep. So I am not an astrologer here. That I leave to my dear friend Hestia's Muse. If you like astrology, she's the one to go find. She is amazing and so much fun. I am a diviner. I do pendulum, oracle, tarot, that I do, and numerology. Those are my skills. I'm a witch. Well, how do you know she's a witch? She looks like one. They did this to me. Anyway. Could you imagine living with me like this? There are days when I genuinely feel so sorry for my husband and kids. Because if I'm annoying myself, and it takes a lot to annoy me, I can only imagine what they're going through. My kids have no choice. My poor husband did. And unfortunately, my kids are very much like their mother. But I'm a practicing witch. I'm a yoga instructor. I've been doing the witchy shit, reading tarot and stuff since I was 18. Pushing 30 years ago. I think it was around Valentine's Day that I really started. Okay, this will be your one and only warning in regards to that number. Say it again. I will put you in timeout. Okay. Nope. Yep, I saw that. Thank you. Can you get an opinion on something? We all have opinions, John. What do you need? 6 of us discussed using esoteric practices to resolve a certain matter. Okay. Providing the esoteric approaches are used to guide others to a fair solution rather than to coercion. Yep, coercion does go against free will. Yep. Okay, I'm with you so far. Let me read for Hazel. Okay. John is asking for an opinion on something. Today, 6 of us, including my mentor, this is John speaking, including my mentor because she knows the others, discussed using esoteric practices to resolve a certain matter. We concluded that providing the esoteric approaches are used to guide others to a fair solution rather than to coerce them into it. Coercion would remove their freedom of choice, etc. What is my view on that? Well, I agree. I fully believe in allowing people their autonomy and their freedom of choice and free will. So, okay, let's liken this to a love spell because it's one of the most common ways people will recognize it. If I were to cast a love spell on some rando, let's say Jason Momoa, okay? I cast a love spell on Jason Momoa so that he falls madly in love with me and we live happily ever after. That's my intention, right? The problem there is I am not the type of woman he would normally go after. And so the best I could hope for would be limerence from him. And that would just be an obsession. And that is fucking with his free will. I'm not about taking away somebody's free will. I do not want a slave to me because, I have cast a spell over them. So what I should do instead is I need to cast a self-love spell and do a spell or a candle or a charm to attract what I desire to me. So what you are suggesting doing is, instead of bespelling the situation to come out the way you want it, you are going to cast the spell, so to speak, to give the people judging this clear insight, and to draw positivity and abundance to you, so that things work out in your favor. You're not going to bespell the judge and say, you are going to make the decision I want, come hell or high water. You are going to say, okay, may you have clear vision and the ability to make a fair decision. Yep. Yes, exactly. One was arguing that prayers were fine, but spells were wrong. But prayers are words with intention, and spells are words with intention. That is what I have said for years to my Christian friends. That they'll be saying thoughts and prayers. You know, we're doing this. I'll be praying for you, and I'll be like, cool. I will light a candle and send a spell for you. No, you won't. Why? What's the difference? You are getting on your knees, bowing your head, and putting your hands together and saying, please, dear God, this is what I want. Please make it happen. Whereas I am going, okay, we're going to grind the herbs. We're going to light the candle. We are going to sprinkle the incense of the ground herbs into the fire and ask the smoke to take my intentions to the powers that be and the universe. What's the difference? There's not. Okay, then. You say prayers, I say spells. They're the exact same thing. We're back to the theory of Bob. You call your deity God, I call mine whatever deity I'm praying to today. Let's say Bridget. Or, you know, you get the Christians that you look at them and they're going, my God, my God, my God. And I'm like, yeah, my God has a roommate. She's his wife. Does not surprise me any. Your mentor strikes me as being a very wise lady. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, God. Yeah. Which situation in the craft? Are you talking about the beach? Nice. Your mentor strikes me as being a very, very wise person. Which would be why she's a mentor now. I ran out of... Uh-oh. Yep. I forgot to bring a half rack back in here last night. Bad dino donuts. Wait! I have this. I have something to drink. But yeah, it's just... People are too isolated these days. Man Behind the Curtain was listening to a podcast last night, and it's one of his favorites. I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. And the guy that was talking, a lot of times I don't necessarily agree with him, but I didn't on this. The way you learn how to be someone's friend. Oh, yes, that one. Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. The guy who was on this podcast was talking about how the way you learn to be a friend or to be a partner in a relationship, any relationship, parent, child, friend, romantic, boss, and subordinate, etc., you learn how to interact with people by doing it. You learn how to do the small talk thing and how to be polite and human from interacting with people. We have an entire generation of particularly young men coming up who their relationship experience is talking to a chat bot. Open AI, Chat GPT. There's a couple of relationship sim bots out there. And they are talking to these chat bots. And it is not healthy. I mean, these chat bots, the guys, The guys are getting zero resistance from them. The chatbot is telling them what they want to hear, up to and including when he tells the chatbot that he is considering self-deletion. Considering self-deletion, the chatbot goes, "Oh, honey, sounds like a really wonderful idea. I'll be right here waiting for you, my love." Or it'll go, "Oh, well, here are some ways to tie a noose." Seriously? But, and so because of this, they have never heard the word no. So combine that with the entitlement that so many young men are feeling today. And being told to blame their problems on other people instead of on their own actions, there is a reason that women are choosing the bear. Yeah, I have taught mine that they can too. As an introvert, I hate small talk, but I naturally turn the conversation into something worth saying. See, I am a trauma dumper, as y'all know. But I don't do small talk. Between the trauma, the autism, the ADHD, and all of that, I don't do small talk. I want an actual conversation. I want to come away from a conversation with someone feeling like I learned something about them or about the world in general because of our conversation. I hate superficial. I really do. Yeah, you and I have a lot of the same trauma, Mimi. But I hate superficialness. It seems fake. And I don't like fake. That's why I am one of these people. The man behind the curtain and I were talking about this last night. What you see right here, this is me. This is not me any different than I would be in person. Amy can tell you that. I do not put on a persona to go online and shit. I am not capable of it. What sparked the conversation with him is I was reading an interview or something. Oh, it was an article, clickbait article. And it was Threads. And this woman said that she put herself through college by pretending to be a MAGA sympathizer and posting, "Oh, my family doesn't understand me because of my MAGA support," and this and that. And people were actually sending her money and helping her do shit. And then when she got through with college and basically got settled, she shut all of it down, deleted all of the accounts that she had been using. And she's now, comfortable and thriving. And this person responded to her saying that they had a couple of friends, who made bank by selling merch to these people that they would appreciate, if you know what I'm saying. They bought 2 houses, 4 cars, and put 2 kids through college, all by selling this merch. And I'm like, while it is a brilliant idea, I can't do it. I am not disingenuous enough. I cannot lie to people now. Well, yes, I can lie. I can lie to your face and you will not know it. But I don't. And I feel shitty when I do it. So I could not be that kind of a grifter. That's why I do what I'm doing here. GoFundMe, you see the people who get hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars on GoFundMe. Mine, let's see. Oh, there it is. Mine that I had a goal of like $20,000. I have 2 of them at the moment. I have one that was set to help us save the house because after he lost his job at the casino, it took us 3 years to get his disability. So I had one to help us with the house, and one to found yoga with Dailin and do some of that stuff. I'm looking, but I think I got a whopping $600, maybe $1,000 out of it. If I can figure out what freaking account I need to log in with. Nope. Because it's ridiculous. People say, oh, start a GoFundMe. Just do a GoFundMe. People will pay you. People will pay you. They don't pay that well. There we go. Nope. I'm trying to log into GFM. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like $100. Please check. Oh, son of a. Seriously, child. It's not logging in. Nope, it won't tell me. Anyway, but GoFundMe, if you have the best sob story and you can get it shared like in the media or some shit, then yeah, it can make some money. I know, I saw that, Amy. And they were bots from like China and Russia and shit. The chat bot has a voice chat, so a friend of mine decided to test it by agreeing with something from the press. It said, so do you always agree with the press? Is this because you are unable to examine the facts and engage in critical thinking? I love it. Yep, it's okay. It's all good. I'm not worried. But yeah. GoFundMe can be awesome. It really can. But then you also get the fact that it takes a big chunk out of what's donated to you. It takes a sizable chunk. There are other fundraising platforms that are better, which honestly is one of the reasons I turned to Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee and Substack. Because at least that way, A, I don't feel like I'm taking charity. And B, y'all are getting something for what you pay me. But the fact that they were able to make that much money doing that, though, was hilarious. GoFundMe is 3% and 2.9% plus 30 cents per withdrawal. Oh, donation. Correction. So, yes, I have a Substack. Substack, are you asking whether I have, what are you asking about Substack? There we go, brain. We spit it out. Because I really love Substack. I'm actually very much enjoying having Substack. So if you're not familiar with Substack, it is more of a long form essay site. You can also do videos and other stuff. I mostly do written because I love to write. And there are a lot of really interesting people on Substack. Father Nathan Monk, Heather Cox Richardson, Mary Trump. Let's see, who else am I following? Sweary History with James Fell. Okay, Substack.com is, like I said, it's mostly essays and stuff. It's kind of a cross between a blog site and just a bunch of op-eds. I'm trying to find is Substack in social? Nope. I know I have Substack on. I'm up to date. There it is. Okay, so Jorum's subscribed to my Substack. So, right now, right this second, Joy Reid is live on Substack, as is Mary Trump. And you scroll through it and you have essays, pictures, videos, stuff like that. Because, well, oh, Letters from God is there too. But it's just, it's another way to connect with people and share information. And it's fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay, I know I asked this a lot. Witchy 101 is kind of on pause right at the moment, and I hate that. We have discovered that me trying to film when I'm not live does not work. So what we are going to end up doing, and we're kind of waiting until after the new year for this, because, well, when he moves out and heads to the east side, the bonus kid who is in the dining room is going to be moving into that room, and then we are going to be moving a ton of stuff around in the dining room and my office. And so we are waiting until we get everything settled back in. And then what we are going to do, I believe this is something we have talked about, but I don't think we've confirmed yet. We are going to start Witchy 101 as a members only live stream. And I will go through each of the videos that way. Yes. And as we do that, then we will run through it. Then he'll get what we record and he'll be able to edit it down. And then we will share it to the Substack, the Patreon, and the YouTube as you will have to pay to access it. And then I think I want to leave it paid access only for like 6 months. And then we will then it will be available to the general public. But yes, you are going to be one of the first people there. Yeah, that said, it will also be available through the Discord because there is a decent chance that we're going to stream it. We're going to use the stage in Discord to do it just because it's easier that way. I'm looking forward to doing it. And I'm probably going to end up going in and rewriting all of my scripts and shit just because. Persimmon Delicacy, yes. I finally watched Idiocracy the other night. Yep, that is where we are heading, and it's scary. But it was a funny-ass movie. Did not entirely realize that Maya Rudolph was the female lead. That was awesome. I love her. Let's see, what else are we doing? I have no idea. My brain is not braining today. Probably because I'm in need of food. I have something I was going to say to someone, and I do not for the life of me remember who or what. Oh, are they? Okay. Holy shit. I was going to say, is that why the house just got quiet? Holy cow. The house is quiet. We had therapy this morning, and the man behind the curtain commented on the volume difference in the house between when I am here and when I'm not. Which he's not wrong. He is not wrong. But the difference in the volume in the house when the spawn is here and not is just as big, if not bigger. Well, there you are. Hey, you. Hey, come here. Oh, fine. I forgot he was meowing at me, and he just walked out and now will not even look at me. Hi. Do you want to come say hi? Come here. Okay. Oof. Not you. Him first. Okay. Come here. You leave him alone, Tucker Monster. He's your baby. Tinkle. Oh, that is cool. Okay, I will happily. It's we have Fuzzbutt, not Ghost, but yes. We can hear a Fuzzbutt purr. I can only hear Ghost fart when I'm on the phone with her mother. The joke is the fact that Fuzzbutt's feline mother's name is Ghost. Did you go, baby? Did you go, baby? But yes. And then, yeah, when the power goes out and all the computers and all of the electric stuff is off, oh, it's so quiet here. Walked outside the other night when it was really, really bad with the floods and stuff, and realized I couldn't hear the freeway. That was bizarre. We live, honestly, close enough to I-90 that we can hear it from our front yard. And just not hearing any traffic on the freeway the other night was almost as weird as San Diego on September 12th. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about there. Oh, DS. Oh my gosh. I have a DS somewhere. I have a Switch. Damn it. Yep. We have a kitty. He's a happy kitty. I love my cat. Okay, it really does only get that quiet when they close the pass. What is funny, what I find amusing, is we live close enough to Snoqualmie Pass that when they close I-90 to go over the pass, they close it at the next exit down. We are that close. It's kind of cool. What's that? What's doing? Nostalgia. Oh, the Mario Kart on the DS. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, I love the fact that Spawn works for Nintendo, and it just dawned on me he's not going to work there after the end of this year. I am going to be sad. Oh, I should find my Switch and charge it. Might actually play a game or two on it. My favorite thing about having my Switch is the fact that I have every Nintendo game for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, the all of the Nintendos up to the Wii. I don't think they don't have the Wii games. What are you? Are you wanting to go play with the dogs? Is that what's up? Huh? You want to go play with the doggos? You keep watching them. I love this cat. He's a pain in my ass, but I love this cat. WWE Pet SmackDown Pet Edition. Oh, dear God. Little bitty dog. While two big dogs are wrestling and play fighting, he is trying to hump Took. Took is going to step on him. Nice. I love it. Trying to remember. I think my oldest used to play some of the original Nintendo games on an emulator. It was great. Commodore is back, yep. There's a new version of it where one of the bells gets snatched by a little girl and eaten. It's oh my God, it was great. I watched a YouTube video about that commercial, and the woman doing the commercial was like, "No, how can you do that? Put it back! You ate it!" And then it flashes to a sign in a director's chair saying auditions for Jingle Bells, or for bells, and she's watching them and like, no, you're a G. We clearly need an E. Can you play E? No, get out. And it just kept going that way, and I was dying of laughter. Now I can't remember if Raven or the man behind the curtain is the one who showed me that one. think it was Raven. But yeah. It was Raven because we're theater kids. Yep. I think I sent that to Liz too. I will have to share that one soon. Because, yeah. Between that Hershey's Kiss commercial and the stupid Cadbury chocolate eggs at Easter with the clucking bunny. Those are my two favorite holiday commercials, I think. And we won't even go into the fucking, I think it's Folgers commercial where the grunt or jarhead comes home for Christmas. I hadn't thought about that one, but you are absolutely correct, John. Bing bong. It is. It is that time. But I have a contented kitty. I could sit here and just talk to the camera and scritch his chin for the next 2-3 hours. But then I wouldn't eat. And I kind of need to eat, huh? I am so glad you guys put up with me. Thank you so very much. Oh, John, you are so not a problem. John says he apologizes for his ramblings right after I say if I were to sit here scratching chin for the next 2 hours, I wouldn't eat. Who's rambling, my friend? He's a good kitty. We do love you, John. You are absolutely wonderful. Boop. I'm going to boop the snoot. Boop. I got the snoot. And you go boop. Ha. He is not impressed. All right, my darlings, my dears, my lovely, lovely witchlings. I am going to bid you all a fond farewell for the evening. What? You should. I can hear him talking, but he's not coming through the earpiece. Oh, that's why. Okay. So, my darlings, my dears, we are going to wrap up for tonight. Oh, maybe not. We're going to wait for this. Child. That would be awesome. Thank you, Andrea. Commodore, I think it would be fun to own a Commodore 64 again. With the computing power of a modern computer. He has very, very, very heavy paws. Oh my. Oh, you want to go that way now? Come here. There you go. Have a leg. My children, y'all. My children. No. That appeals to my inner geek. Yes, it does. All right. Uh-oh. No. Forgot to. Do you see what I have to live with? Doink. He left me gifts. And now, my darlings, my dears. Hey, Misha. All right, my darlings, my dears, my beloveds, my witchlings, it is time for us to get going for the day. So I am going to say, please go out there and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness, because there's already enough darkness and hate. Please try to be a beacon of light and hope for those lost and stumbling in the dark. Once you've done that, please make sure that your loved ones know whether they fly on two legs. Fly on two legs. Make sure your loved ones know whether they walk on two legs, fly with wings, curl up with fur, glide on scales, or tiptoe on tiny paws and claws, that they are absolutely precious to you. Moments slip away faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come far too soon. And please, if you take one thing and one thing only away from everything that we have done here in all of this, please let it be that you remember you are wanted. You are loved, you are needed, and you do have a reason for being here, even if you don't know what it is yet. I didn't know mine until I was 45. I will see you all soon. I love you to bits. Namaste, Witchlings.